Chris Silverwood's joined us after what is a most disappointing result for Essex. Chris, this morning everybody that had turned up, the game seemed to be there for the taking. Didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't. As you say, we're all very disappointed. As you can see, I'm very disappointed. Everybody in the dressing room feels the same, and quite rightly we should. The game was there for the taking. We just, quite frankly, weren't good enough today.
Indeed. Did you think that as a unit in the whole game, perhaps Essex didn't perform to their best? Perhaps the bowlers set us up to win that game, although there were areas, certain sessions of the game where in fact, you'd have found wanting there with your bowling attack.
I mean, if you look at the game, it was like pass the parcel all game, you know what I mean? We were in charge, they were in charge, we were in charge. And that's the sort of the journey that this game went on. But, you know what I mean, from a bowling perspective, where we finished off last night, the pressure that we put them under and got the wickets, that's where we've got to start. And if we want to be that top class side, that is where we've got to start. That's got to be our standards. You're not always going to get it right, we understand that, but you know what I mean, more often than not we've got to become better at that. We talk about controlling the run rate, control the game, and we saw that. You know what I mean, so that last session last night we controlled the run rate, we got wickets, and vice versa. You know, when it comes to the batting, all we needed was two partnerships. And we talked about, again, you know, the plans are build partnerships. We have our little plans on the board. Had we followed those, you know, we would have brought the game home today. But as we say, you know, there's no divine right to win a cricket game. They came out with as much right as we did, and credit to them, they bowled nicely, but still very disappointed to have lost.
You can look at the positives, can't you, and say that perhaps at the start of the season we'd have settled for the position, league table-wise, that we find ourselves in. But it's equally crucial now to actually build on that, isn't it? And you know, after the performance today, I mean, there would be obviously concerns about that. You've got to turn them into, or this bunch into a ruthless operation now if we want to achieve what we're after, promotion.
Well, that's exactly what we've just talked about in the dressing room. You know, we've had a very honest talk in the dressing room. You know, and quite ruthless at times as well, which again we need to be. You know what I mean? Sometimes you've got to stare it straight in the face, and we've done that. So you know, we've got to brush ourselves down. As you rightly said, start of the season, we'd have taken this position. The disappointing thing is we'd have been in a great position should we have brought this one home. You know what I mean? People have been chasing us, as it is, you know, we're still 7 points clear. But it's got very tight at the top now, so we're going to have to be on form, and we've got to come out fighting in the next game. There's no doubt about it. Still a hell of a lot to play for. You know, I mean, all three competitions. So, although you know, we're going to be disappointed today, by tomorrow we've got to have a smile back on his face, and we're going to come back fighting.
As a coach, you know, you have got options with players knocking on the door, waiting for their chance, and perhaps this is the time when you give that really serious consideration. I'm sure there'll be a lot of thought before you put out another Essex side in for their next championship game. People really right throughout the order are going to have to be accountable now, aren't they?
Well, we keep talking about accountability, you know what I mean? At some point you get judged on that, so I mean, obviously I'm not going to give too much away, but yeah, obviously we'll be thinking about the next team already.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Thank you.